In this video I wanted to talk about the context of everything that's been done and everything that continues to be done. Specifically in regards to the crimes that are being committed. Now what happens to me all the time is there's a couple different things I want to talk about. What happens to me all the time is I get tormented all the time. There's actually an entity with consciousness, with cognizance, who fucks with and torments and causes me suffering, who does so while I'm trapped in this physical body. This physical body was meant to retard my entire existence, make me deaf, dumb, and blind, while nasty little child molesting shitbags fuck with me and cause me suffering. Try to irritate and age and twist and contort and exploit and everything. They're doing it right now. They're doing it right now as we speak. In response, because it is someone with consciousness. It's not some random, it's not, I'm not interpreting some sort of thing. It is an actual person who actually communicates. Someone with intelligence and autonomy who fucks with me. And in this dimension that surrounds me, if I even say that, this dimension is supposed to like brand me as you're the C word, you're crazy, and now you're gonna, everyone's gonna treat you, and so it's a child molester who's trapped me in a hole and tortures me, and if I even say anything about it, he tries to torture me worse. Now that's happening. These are crimes of existence and creation. There's no question about this. But the context is this, okay? I have been butchered out of my existence. I was created in a form that should have existed. Crimes of existence and creation were committed against me in order to butcher me out of that existence. I went about trying to oppose these crimes, to expose them, to demand justice. The entity committing these crimes did sick, twisted, psychopathic, child molesting, maggot, coward, just dementedly horrible things to me. Progressively butchering me into pieces, butchering entities out of my consciousness, out of my soul substance, and using them to do all kinds of fucked up things, using me to have weird interactions with them and all kinds of fucked up things. This has been done. Part of this physical body is just that. Warping my soul substance into different forms and using it against me. But again, this is just the same technique used over and over again. Now the ones who are doing this know that it's existential and creational crime. There is no chance that somebody thinks it's a game or a learning experience or a punishment for crimes or this is existential and creational crime. That is a statement of existential truth, undeniable. And so the person doing this has covered it up, plugged his ears, covered his eyes, played make-believe it's something totally different, and isolated himself from even communications about it. Because he wants to rape and torture and mutilate and erase the truth so that when greater entities come along, he can play make-believe that he's just retarded and didn't know, understand what was this. Why this fell out of the sky and somebody else must have. Okay? Now you need to understand the context. Someone butchered out of their existence. who's had all this fucked up shit happen to him. You're not just denying me my existence, you're denying me all of the justice that is due to me. You're using soul substance that doesn't belong to you through more crimes of existence and creation. You're having autonomous entities that are coddled, spoiled little bitches. Not, it's my opinion, not I'm saying a nasty little childish thing about them. There are actual entities which are actually committing psychopathic crimes, and their excuse is because they're pieces of chicken shit asshole. They were created to be maggots. They think that torturing, raping, erasing, mutilating, mangling, all of the fucked up shit that they've done to me will somehow result in them being able to get something they want from me and from other people. That is a statement of fact. That's happening right now. And this started with assholes make-believing I was somebody totally different. Something totally different. Of another lineage totally different. These are crimes of existence and creation. And those that are committing these crimes know very well that that's what it is. This is part of a series of crimes. And each crime compounds the last. Each crime builds on the last. Each crime is more effective because of the last. In my perfect state, some little slimy asshole cackling and saying ridiculous shit in my ear would be an inconsequential stupidity. And even at many points throughout this whole deal where that kind of stuff has been done to me, I've been in a state where I could ignore it very easily. But to butcher someone and violate them internally and force them to feel the way that you want them because you're a nasty little child molesting maggot coward of a fucking piece of shit. Incessantly, insistently, repeatedly, continuously, which is being done to me right now as we speak, has gotten to the point where that you have to look at the context. One little whispered word by one little maggot retard. A dipshit that doesn't even understand what the fuck he's doing. Doesn't get paid for as, oh, he said something. Let's pretend like it's a child's preference that was offended. The context is every single one of those crimes of existence and creation, each one of them serious enough to torturously worse than decreate sources of existence and creation. That is not at all hyperbole. That is a statement of irrefutable fact. And if you want to deny that, you will only do so while every single asshole responsible for these crimes hides like a maggot bitch and tries to play make-believe it's something else while they erase the truth as best they can. And you want to ignore that? That that's the only time that you will ever claim that while you're hiding? Okay, well, everything with the right to exist does not want to make believe about that. You have some little shitbag who's fucking with me right now. And he belongs to a group of entities. Now, when I say belongs to, I'd hate for that to be taken out of context. That's what the point of this video is to put things in context. He is one of a group of entities created by someone with no right to exist, nor to create. He is sentient. He has the ability to cognate. He is using that cognition, that ability that he has in his comfortable position, and compared to mine it is comfortable, coddled, spoiled maggot pussy. Again, these are not childish words. I'm trying to describe to you most accurately what and how this person is. This person make-believes that what he's doing is something else, because it is too psychopathic for even a maggot retard piece of shit to commit these crimes and feel like he's not what that is. And it's important for him to feel like he's not a despicable piece of shit doing the stupidest maggot retard shit that there is. He's a coddled, spoiled, coward little pussy. Again, he wants to make believe that these are just childish words. What he is far worse than any human word can convey. And he hides like a maggot in a hole because he is genuinely a child molesting piece of shit that has no excuse. He belongs to, again, he is one of a group of entities. And that has also caused him to feel like he has some sort of support in what he's doing. The context is every single one of those entities in that group is a crime of creation and existence against me and against others. His every single action is existential and creational crime. He is using that stolen soul, that existential and creational crime, to do sick, twisted, psychopathic shit to a complete innocent person. He has erased and reprogrammed me and tried to poison, pollute, rape, mutilate, rat fuck, mind fuck, soul fuck me into a situation where it looks like I might be guilty of something. Where he tries to play make-believe I should feel humiliated for all of these fucked up things that he's done to me. He has done this because of multiple reasons. The real reason is because someone has committed crimes of existence and creation and is trying to cover them up. The minions that he created to commit these crimes have enough intelligence to understand they are guilty of these crimes. And so what they have done, they think by their own idea, but are really just tools used by their creator. And with their stolen souls, which they never had any right to, they butcher out more soul substance from me, soul substance from an innocent person that makes them look and feel like they're innocent. And they use that stolen soul substance to rape and mutilate and violate and compel me to do things like eating food or drinking coffee or masturbating or having sex. And they play make-believe. That means you're giving us your soul through sex. We don't even want it. Oh my God, you're killing things and eating it? You're shitting it out? That's disgusting. You're doing all these things to try to smear as much shit on my face as possible. They think because that will result in something they want. What I told you is not some delusion. We're looking at it right now. But they would have a bunch of little maggot coward humans come around and say, oh my God, that's queasy. That's the C word. Just get tortured and don't say anything about it, okay? Now, I've made many videos about this and talked about how despicable humans are. How it seems impossible somebody could be that despicable. Accidentally. How they could have that level of intelligence but still be that shitty. And the conclusion that I've reached over and over and over and over and over and over again is that, look, if they're innocents, they're such pieces of shit that they shouldn't be treated as if, I don't wrong them. I won't wrong them. They wrong me in many different ways. And this whole experience, this terrorism, this attempt to use all of these other entities that shouldn't exist in the form that they exist in, that's for sure. If they have the right to exist, it's not at my expense. It's not while participating in crimes of existence like this. They have a source of existence in creation that is guilty of negligence at least. That is resulting in all of this psychopathic, nightmarish chicken shit forced upon me. That's a fact. And so every bit of this whole crime, these are all serious crimes, every one of them meant to make all the rest of it worse. These are all carried out by entities that, compared to the person they're fucking over, they're very comfortable. And that realization, and me acknowledging that, has resulted in them being childish, nasty, maggot little... And they try to smear more shit on my face. I point at the person that's conducting all these crimes and they respond by helping him fuck me over. This has been done over and over again. All while this child molester uses this food he compels me into eating. Again, existential compulsion to have a negative existential effect on someone in a series of crimes of existence like this is one of the dumbest crimes such a piece of shit could ever possibly commit. Their ultimate sources of creation no longer have the right to their free enterprise. It belongs to me. I demand they use it to rape and torture themselves apart in ways so fucking horrific that the rest of their lineages of creation and existence wipe their asses and stop these crimes. That demand will be known everywhere. All the time. Here in this little coward hole, assholes pretend like nothing makes it out of here. So you need to understand the context. Context is I am trapped in this hole. That all of existence that is owed to me, including my freedom, my self, which has been erased and reprogrammed by a psychopath playing make-believe, that didn't mean anything. Because it doesn't fit his little story of, but if we smear shit on his face, then people will be like, well, I guess we have to let you be rapists. That is some little shitbag asshole's idea. He's a hairlip. He's a fucking retard. But again, they're doing what they're doing because the person that's brought this about, their creator, simply wants to cover up crimes of existence and creation that have been committed, that have consequences that will worse than eradicate his whole lineage of creation and existence. That is the context. So again, some little maggot asshole makes one little comment while I'm laying in bed. And this happens almost every single fucking morning while I'm trying to rest. If you can see this fat, ugly monkey body they've stuck onto my existence to torture me with, then you can see that it could use rest. And they use that moment while I'm defenseless because they're child molesters. Another thing they pretend doesn't have any context. To commit all of these crimes and this whole series of crimes, participate in every single one of those crimes again. This whole series of crimes that have been committed, one more psychopathic and terrible than the last, all while each second of every day and each one of these crimes means existentially that I am owed more. All while all of the creations that they've created wrongfully through psychopathic crimes of existence and creation have stolen existences that they have no right to either. The cost of stolen existence, the cost of whatever they're doing to those existences, the cost of everything experienced by those existences. Crimes of creation. The worst kind of debt that exists. Worse than existential debt. Debt of that which creates existence. Of infinity times eternity times dimensions there are no fucking human words for. Many of them, all of them, in fact. Every single one of those things. Multiplied by each creation they make, even if those creations don't have those dimensions, they are crimes of creation. Context is that. Context isn't, oh no, it's just a dog or something. No, the context is what I've told you. The context is crimes of creation that have done all of this shit. Guilty of all of it. You don't get a discount because you've already butchered soul out. Every second that passes, you owe for that butchered soul. And so some little faggot asshole, comfortable as fuck, coddled little pussy with stolen existence, who has no right to exist, who has tortured me for decades, for years, who was created by a child molesting asshole, raping and torturing and erasing and reprogramming an innocent person. And the reason they've done that to me is because I have had that resistance to these crimes and said, look, these are crimes. They need to stop. And so I was targeted by those committing these crimes. And the cadre that they used to do this, the little assholes who probably were created from an innocent soul and who are instead warped into being the most piece of shit assholes with no excuse compared to me. And that comparison is apt and important because I'm the person they're fucking over and make-believing is guilty of shit. So of course that comparison is valid. Particularly since all day, every day, they try to claim that I'm some nasty, weakling, piece of shit, irresponsible monkey. Smearing as much shit on my face as they can. Now, this isn't in response to me attacking them or doing something terrible. They're not in some contest or game or sparring match with me. All day, every day, I say, this is existential crime, it needs to stop, here's the reasons why. That's what they do it in response to, that's the only motherfucking thing that I do. And they show me the nasty, the word that that little maggot just put in my ear was pleasure. That these little lesser entity pussies feel while they torture and torment me in a hole. That's another dimension of wrong, meant to demoralize and cause suffering in me. Again, this is done with someone with intelligence. It's not a rock, it's not fallen out of the sky, it's not a force of nature, it's not gravity. They are deliberate actions taken by a sociopathic child molester who's butchered my soul out. He claims over and over again to try to torture and torment me. He's used that soul to create babies that he then rapes and tortures. That is the context. It appears that to some extent that might actually be true. If that's true, then every creator involved in this in any way has to be existentially raped, tortured, castrated of the ability to create. When I say that, you think that I don't understand what that is, and the truth is that you don't if you're committing these crimes. They will have their revenge against you. They will have more than justice. And you are fucking stupid for make-believing about that. Now, everything that's been done to me has been after the fact. I was not created by a piece of shit. And then I had this realization to not be a piece of shit. I, as a person, exist created by a creator that has the right to create. I've been butchered, I've been extracted, I've had soul butchered out of me, raped out of me, etc. But I, as a person, have the right to exist. Those separate entities created from my existence are not the same. Now, they might belong to me. I might be able to set decrees, and I have set decrees and say, all of those that you butchered out of me, all the crimes that you commit against them, you have to pay for at gigantic rates because of your perversion of justice, because of your compulsion existentially, which again is a stupid crime, because I can compel you rightly in response. And the way that I use that compulsion is to make justice for these crimes worse, which is understandable, rightful, with a specific demand of greater entities that it be as terrible as is not wrongful. Again, far more prudent and responsible than even the ultimate sources of creation who have brought this about and continue to allow it to happen. So I have made these demands. But the truth is, the little maggot assholes that have committed these crimes, even if they were created from my consciousness, which they appear to be, are not created as separate, discrete entities in the way that I have been.